Hi everyone, in this video we're going to learn how to find a parabola's equation using its vertex. And in just a minute or two we'll be working through the two examples that we see on the screen here, in which we have a parabola each time and of course we'll need to find its equation. But before we do anything, let's just make sure that we're all clear on what a vertex actually is. And so here's the whole idea. Let's say we have a parabola, and we'll say it's a concave up parabola, so something looking like this. There we go. Then its vertex would be the minimum point right here of the parabola. And we'll frequently say that that vertex has coordinates h and k. Of course, we could also have a parabola which is concave down, which looks something like this, or I often say a sad parabola. So that would also be a parabola, and in that case, the vertex would be the maximum point of the parabola. Right there, so I'll say that has coordinates h and k. In other words, when we speak of the vertex of a parabola, what we're really referring to here is the turning point of the parabola. And that's whether it be a minimum point in the case of a happy parabola, or a maximum point in the case of a sad parabola. There we go, that may sound silly, but of course I just wanted to get that out of the way. That way we're all on the same wavelength as far as what a vertex actually is. So what we're going to be learning about here is how to find a parabola's equation using the vertex, so minimum or maximum point on the curve. Okay, now as you can see here, I've written the generic parabola's equation, y equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. And you may or may not be aware of this, but when we write a parabola's equation in this form, it's often called the standard or general form of the parabola's equation. But there are actually other ways of writing a parabola's equation, one of which is the vertex form, which is what we learn about here. Indeed, any equation like this one can be rewritten as y equals to a times, in parentheses, x minus h, close that pair of parentheses and raise it to the power of 2, plus k. And I'll go ahead and box that result. There we go. Do make a note of this. Now, as you can probably guess, based on the little sketches I made up here, the h and the k inside this formula refer to the x and y coordinates of the parabola's vertex. And so I'll quickly make a note of that. H is, I'll just say, the x coordinate, x coord I'll say, and k is the y coordinate of the vertex, y coord. There we go. And just so that we're crystal clear, the a that's at the front here and multiplying this whole pair of parentheses is the same a as we have in the standard form of the parabola's equation. In other words, it's the number that's multiplying the x squared here. Okay, now that we've written the vertex form, and in fact I'll write that here, that's the vertex form of the parabola's equation, and now that we've defined what h, k, and a are inside this formula, let's see how we can use this to find a parabola's equation. So, looking at this first example here, let's say we need to find this parabola's equation. And as you can see here, I've deliberately not drawn any x or y axes because I want us to really focus on the information that's given to us. Looking at this, hopefully it's clear that we're given this parabola's vertex. In this case, it's a minimum point with coordinates 4, -7. And we're also given another point along the parabola's length with coordinates 6, 1. And we'll see what this second point is for in just a minute. But hopefully it's clear that since we have the x and y coordinates of this parabola's vertex, we can use the vertex form of the parabola's equation and simply copy this but replace the h we have here by the x coordinate of the vertex and the k that we have here by the y coordinate of the vertex. Here's what I mean. Using the vertex form, we can go ahead and state that y is equal to a times x minus the x coordinate of the vertex, so that's 4, and I close those parentheses and that's raised to the power of 2, plus the y coordinate of the vertex, so that's plus -7. Now, since when we add something negative it leads to a subtraction, we can immediately rewrite this as y equals to a times, in parentheses, x minus 4 squared minus 7. And at this stage we've used the coordinates of this parabola's vertex, and we can see that the only thing that we're missing is the value of a. And to find its value, all we'll actually need are the x and y coordinates, so the coordinates of another point on the parabola, which is why they gave us this point here with coordinates 6, 1. And here's the whole idea. Since we know that this parabola has to pass through the point with coordinates 6, 1, that tells us that if we replace the x we have inside this parabola's equation by 6, then the y we'll have on the left-hand side will have to equal to 1. And so if we copy this line, but we replace y by 1 and x by 6, it quickly turns into 1 equals to a times in parentheses 6 minus 4 close parentheses squared minus 7. That becomes 1 equals to a times 2 squared, and again minus 7. And that quickly becomes 1 equals to a times 2 squared, so that's a times 4 minus 7. We're nearly there. I'll just carry on with my working up here, and I'll quickly copy that last result as 1 equals to a times 4, so 4a minus 7. And now to figure out what a is, we simply solve this equation for a. And so let's see, we can do that by adding 7 to both sides of this equation. So we quickly get 1 plus 7, which is 8, equals to 4a. And finally, dividing both sides of this equation by 4, we get 8 divided by 4, which is 2, which equals to a. In other words, a equals to 2. And so combining this result with what we wrote over here using the vertex form, we can now state that this parabola's equation is y equals to 2 times, in parentheses, x minus 4 squared minus 7. And that's this parabola's equation in vertex form. And in fact, I'll go ahead and label that. That's the vertex form of the parabola's equation. Now, as I said at the beginning, we can also find this parabola's equation in its standard form. And to do that, all we have to do is expand all of this and gather like terms. And so I'll do that here. That's going to equal to 2 times, in parentheses, x minus 4 squared, which is x squared minus 8x plus 16 minus 7. And now distributing that 2 across that pair of parentheses, that becomes 2x squared minus 16x plus 32. And we still have minus 7 at the end. And finally, gathering like terms, we can state that this parabola's equation in standard form is equal to 2x squared minus 16x plus 32 minus 7, which is 25. And we're done. We now have this parabola's equation in both vertex form as well as standard form. So in summary, if ever we have the coordinates of a parabola's vertex as well as the coordinates of another point through which the parabola passes, then we'll be able to find its equation in vertex form. Remember, the h and the k here are the x and y coordinates of the vertex. And to find the value of a, that's the leading coefficient of the parabola, we use the coordinates of the other point through which the parabola passes, which is exactly what we did in our working down here, which led to the value of a. And there we go. Now I'll quickly finish with the second example here, in which I want to showcase a sort of special scenario in which we're not given another point through which the parabola passes, and we're only given the coordinates of its vertex. So that's what we see in example 2 here. Indeed, we're given a parabola, and we're given the coordinates of its vertex, which here are the coordinates 3 and 4, but we quickly notice that we're not given any other point on that parabola. And quite typically in an exam here, we'd be told that this parabola has an equation looking like this: y equals to x squared plus bx plus c. And of course, our job would be to find what the values of b and c are. But now here's the whole idea. Remember, in this first example, we found the value of a, which remember was 2, using the coordinates of the other point that the parabola passed through. And put simply, that's the sole purpose of that other point. That is, to find a, which up till then was unknown. But here, the key thing to realize here is that since we're told that the parabola's equation is x squared plus bx plus c, well, although we don't write it, this means 1 times x squared plus bx plus c. In other words, in a question like this one, the a is actually already given, and it's simply equal to 1. And since a is therefore known, we don't need the other point on the parabola to find its value, since we already have it. And so with that in mind, we can go ahead and find this parabola's equation in vertex form, again, using the vertex form that we boxed here, and we can go ahead and state that in vertex form, its equation looks something like this: y equals to a times x minus h squared plus k, where the h we have here is 3, that's the x coordinate of the vertex, and the k we have here, well, that's 4, the y coordinate of the vertex. And as we just saw, the a that we have at the front here, well, that's just equal to 1. So in vertex form, we can go ahead and state that this parabola's equation is 1 times, in parentheses, x minus 3, close parentheses, squared, plus 4. And when a coefficient is equal to 1 this way, we don't bother writing it. So in fact, this parabola's equation in vertex form would just be y equals to x minus 3 squared plus 4. And we're done. That's this parabola's equation in vertex form. Vertex form. There we go. And of course, to write it in standard form as we have here, and therefore to find the values of b and c, all we have to do here is open up this pair of parentheses and gather like terms. So if I do that here, that's equal to x squared minus 6x plus 9, and we still have plus 4 at the end. And finally, y equals to x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus 4, which is plus 13. And that's the answer. And here we can immediately see that b and c are negative 6 and 13. And there we go. That's how we can find a parabola's equation using the coordinates of its vertex and the vertex form of a parabola's equation. All that being said and done, that's it for this tutorial.